Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Committee Reads. I am your host, KWCEs, and with me today, I have an unparalleled amount of people for this match. I have Fat Bacon Unicorn, GVR, Alex, Nagoda, and Ditto. And today, we'll be tackling Minilla Showa versus Oodako by Ultimate Ditto. Far on the... I'm screwing up already.
We're off to a good start.
Yeah.
Oh boy, let's put him down.
Why is this reading an hour long?
On the far-off island of Solgil, the tropical plants rustled, birds flew away as something approached the beach. Out from the foliage, a chubby little gray monster lumbered as soft noises escaped his mouth. Minilla stepped onto the warm, sandy beach and stretched his arms out as he took in the warmth. Today was a good day. Good day.
A good day. That is something. Kaiju X has been infected with the good gay.
He's turning the freaking frogs gay.
He managed to drive off a Kamakaris. Gabara had a fever, and his dad helped him fire an atomic ray. Minilla sat down and drew lines in the sand, carefree as can be. Minilla was not the toughest monster around, but he was the son of Godzilla. One day, he'd grow into his dorsal fins and become a real fighter. But for now, Minya would enjoy life as a monster child and the luxuries that came with it. Minya continued to play in the sand, blissfully unaware of his surroundings. Pass.
And unaware that in 30 years he still wouldn't get his spikes.
Hey, it could be like the Yodas, they age slowly.
True.
Damn.
Wait a minute. It's using both Minilla and Minya.
Yep.
Yeah, it's Twitch.
So?
So,
GVR just had a brain aneurysm.
Just combine it together into Minilla.
You got a problem with that, GVR?
yes. Stay consistent.
Well, no one cares.
Yeah.
It's like if a
Cool
match
story,
just had-
bro, but I don't remember asking.
It's like if a match switched to Spiga instead of Kumunga in the middle of it.
Again, we don't care.
Shut up. No one cares about you, Alex.
Hey,
Why is this rated an hour long?
GVR, it's okay to be jealous.
Alright, I'm going to read
Now,
now.
GVR, you're not telling us what's really bothering you. Is it because no one asked you to the prom?
What bothers me is your continued existence.
Yeah, I know, me too.
Finally, we can agree on something.
Yeah, but I'll let Ditto pull the trigger instead of you.
I'm fine with it.
Alright, Bacon, read.
Okay, I'm reading. Unknown to the juvenile monster, our predator was working in the cool waves. Noticing the waves in front of him churn and bubble, Minya took a few steps back and watched as the orange-red octopus monster Oodako pushed itself onto the sandy beach and grunted as it looked, eager for a meal. Spotting Minya, the slimy beast closed in. Minya dodges the incoming tentacles and swats them away with every chance he has. Oodako trying to catch the great kaiju is unsuccessful as Minya manages to evade its grasp. Noticing the beast becoming more agitated, Minya stops and stares at the sepulchre.
Oh.
Made me go through a loop. Feeling a surge of confidence, Minya kicks a boulder at the multi-armed fiend. The rock bounced off Oodako's head, causing it to grunt in annoyance. The octopus monster lashed out with its tentacles, one wrapped around Minya's right leg, the other around his waist. Tugging as hard as he could to free himself, Minya clawed into the slimy tentacle around his waist, unable to pierce the rubby skin. Pass.
Two more tentacles latched onto Minya, wrapping around his individual arms, lifting him into the air. Oodako continues to toy with his prey. Minya, charging the energy in his gut, spits out an atomic smoke ring that pelts Udako's head. The octopod loosens its grip on the juvenile monster just enough for him to escape. Oodako felt the slightly burnt skin atop its head, but wasn't too concerned. The slime on its body soothed the wound immediately. Minya examined his body and saw his body littered with faint red circular patches. Minya started sweating bullets, doubting if he could defeat this new enemy. Godzilla says I should fight my own battles, he proclaimed with a surge of confidence. Memories of his father, teaching him how to fight and be courageous, flashed into his mind. Wanting to make his father proud, Minya wiped his brow. Pass.
Yeah, but I didn't feel it.
Letting out his war cry, or donkey cry in this case, Minilla charges Oodako head on. Once in range, Minilla kicks a plume of sand into Odako's bulbous eyes, momentarily blinding the poor octopus. Minilla bites into the slimy tentacle, ignoring its nasty texture. Squealing in discomfort, Oodako batters Minilla with his icky tentacles. Minilla yelps in pain, forced to let go. The chubby monster prince swiftly turns and rubs his tummy, and breathes another atomic smoke ring square between the beast's eyes. Rubbing the irritated burn on its head, Oodako began slithering along the beach to catch Minilla. The gray pudgy monster uprooted a nearby palm tree and chucks it at the octopus. The tropical tree shattered upon impact. Minilla let out squeals of joy as he managed to damage the aquatic monster. Growling in frustration, Oodako lashes out with his tentacles once more and wraps one tentacle around the pudgy monster's legs, clamping them together, one curling around his waist and another around the prince's neck. Minilla struggled with all of his might, but was unable to free himself from the slimy suction cup grasp of Oodako. Pass.
Minya's face turning a bright red as he struggled for air. Oodako then wrapped one more slimy tentacle around Minilla's tail, implying the pressure as it squeezed tighter. Minilla growled in pain as his whole body was slowly being crushed by Oodako, beads of sweat rolling down his face. Then he felt the pressure around his tail. His eyes lit up with a shimmer of hope. Perhaps he still had a chance. Tighter and tighter, Oodako squeezed on the juvenile monster's body. It soon felt a burning sensation on the victim's neck, the intensity of the heat growing more and more. Minya, with enough opening space, gasped for air and then exhaled a powerful, pent-up atomic breath from his maw, blue fire washing over Oodako. The marine monster squealed in agony as it felt its skin burn and blister. Releasing its grip on Minya, it retreated into the water to extinguish the flames. Minya grasped his throat as he felt irritating pain surge throughout his body, his immature healing taking effect. Oodako stared at the juvenile retreat into the waves. Fire was not something he wanted to deal with. Soon Oodako was gone, off to search for a more suitable meal. Minya got up and immediately began running inland to his father, shrinking to human size to avoid any more conflict. It became obvious that he still wasn't ready to fight all of his battles on his own, but he stood his ground instead of monster running. That was a good start. Pass.
And with that, Minya headed home to release GBR from life. How, you may ask? Simply with a pillow.
That's why he shrunk to human size. Anyway.
Draw Minilla Oodako.
Yeah. So, I swear to gosh, Kaiju X of 2018, I'm going to time travel and punch you in the face. Anyway. Yeah, there are a lot of...
Yeah, I think Minilla won this one.
I think he won.
Yeah, what came to the... was it a draw originally, or was that one of those... I don't know what I was thinking with this one. I cannot remember if it was like that, or I changed it to that. Because looking back at it now, it's really evident this was a Minya win, but...
Yeah, I think it's a win.
Right, because I think it was just simply he had sent Oodako retreating. I mean, it even states that right there. So, again, I want to try and travel and punch my 2018 self in the face.
Damn.
But with that said, no, this was an enjoyable... Like, again, aside from the errors, which I think for every Ditto match, at least of 2018, I think that's going to be an issue. And that's not necessarily your fault, that's my fault. Because I should have been a far better editor. Than what 2018 self would allow. That friggin' idiot. Anyway, no, this was a fun and super short, enjoyable little match. Did not require 6 people to read it, but whatever. But freaking, yeah, no, this was a all-round fun little match. I do remember, I think at the time this was released, I think I had read the match, saw a giant octopus, and was like, oh, okay, this is just the giant octopus, the asylum one, because we didn't have a card for Oodako at the time. And then the match goes live, and I think people were all like, what the hell? So it's like, yeah.
Yeah, more of the comments on the thread for this one are either about how Minya should have won, or about questioning why it wasn't an Oodako card.
Right. And then eventually swapping out the eventually swapping out the Asylum Giant Octopus for Oodako, because it was like, okay, he's worthy to be in a spot, because I think I wanted to be more refrained from what I was adding, but at this point,
this was back. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, this was back when I was more restrictive, but now it's just like almost anything goes.
Yeah, this was back when you were trying to maintain some kind of order before giving up.
Yep. Yep, for sure.
Bacon wasn't born yet, so you weren't an alcoholic yet.
Yeah, exactly. This was years ago.
He's the alcoholic. I'm the alcoholic here. There can only be one.
Man, it's like having Bacon Kaiju X just immediately gave up on life. He knew he lost.
As he should.
Anyway.
Really should have told his wife to do the back door.
Dig blast it. Anyway, bring it up. Yeah, no. No, this was a fun, much like something. It's almost like a similar process I had with Uranium Unicorn versus Shell Shocker, where it's like it's just a fundamentally super simple match. The stakes aren't super high. It's Minya playing around until a giant octopus shows up and ruins everything. So it's like, okay. And I'd like to think this all takes place in Minya's dreams, since he's able to talk and shrink. So, you know. But nevertheless, though, I think this is a fun, enjoyable little match. It is nice and cute. I just wish I had done a better job at editing. There we go.
Well.
Oh, Bacon. What did you think of the match?
He is muted.
He is muted. GVR, what did you think of the match?
Fun, short, quick, simple, entertaining. That's about it.
Okay. Bacon, you're here. What did you think of the match?
Match is a fun little match. I enjoyed it. I literally have nothing else to say. It's a fun little match.
Alex, what did you think of it?
It was fun, wholesome, cute. It's nice to see Minilla fight a monster on his own. Pretty good stuff.
Nagoda, what did you think of the match?
It was interesting, really short. Just like a really short battle. Was there actually any meaning for the battle? Other than Octopus shows up?
Nagoda looking for the deeper meaning to everything. Well, let's ask Ditto on that. Ditto, was there a deeper meaning to all this?
I don't think so. I don't remember why I wanted Oodako specifically.
Oh, I think I actually do remember.
What?
It was because of the War of the Weaklings tournament going on.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that.
War of the what?
The fuck?
Yeah,
Was
in the fantasy matches section in like the tournament sub forum, someone was hosting like the War of the Weaklings, which was about a bunch of like weak monsters fighting each other. And one of the matches near the end was Minilla versus Oodako.
Oh.
Because the way it
Even
worked was
I
like
forgot.
there was the initial battle, and then like the losers would go into the like a second tournament of like whoever lost the fights would move on to determine like who was the weakest monster in the tournament, along with who was the strongest.
Yeah. Okay.
So, what one was the participation award, while the other was the first place award. Got it.
Yeah. Well, no, it was the first place award and then the last place award.
Damn.
The winner of the last place award, or loser, was Giant Condor. Because Oodako beat Giant Condor.
Oh, yeah,
Damn.
makes sense.
Alright. Well then.
Oh, no, wait, no. I misremembered. Oodako was the weakest because Giant Condor ripped him open.
Okay.
What?
I kind of doubt
I
that.
call bullshit.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right.
Oodako fought Kong, fought Gyra, and fought Frankenstein and lived. And even
But
But he was on land, though,
Yeah.
in this fight.
Yeah, and he won against Frankenstein.
But he wasn't that big.
So
Oh yeah, but
so
neither is the Condor.
so by that logic, we could say Frankenstein's the weakest then.
No. Oh my gosh. It wasn't the Frankenstein versus Baragon Oodako. It was the War of the Gargantuas / Kong versus Godzilla Oodako.
there's a,
War of the
So the same
Gargantuan
one?
Oodako was the same from Frankenstein.
right, the War of the Gargantuas one was the same one from Frankenstein.
Yeah, the one in Kong is different.
Yes, the one in Kong's different. If it's the one from Kong, alright.
It was the one
How
from Kong. It was the one from
that
Kong.
one different?
You know, different technique.
Bigger.
They didn't use a real octopus for that one. That's how it's different.
Duh.
There's the link to that thread.
But yeah, I remember now. That was the reason I made this map. That's funny. I completely forgot about that.
Wow.
Uh,
Wow. Okay then. Well, that's
yeah,
nice.
there was some.
Go on, dude.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. No, I was just gonna say there's some, like a few minor errors for the grammatical and the tensing. But yeah, it's just short, nothing crazy. Minio should win.
Well, you know what? Out of all the mistakes I'm going to correct tonight, there's just one.
Who knew such a small match could have a lot of lore behind it?
Now that I've read it again, refresh your pages, boys. It's been fixed.
What?
The
Dang,
prophecy
there it
has been
is.
foretold.
Oh, dear
He's done it.
2018 Kaiju X, I'm going to kill you. Anyway,
Right.
That would make you not exist, though.
Hooray.
it's an alternate reality version of me. That universe has been spared.
Damn.
Anyway, with that said, this has been KWCE number 19, Minilla, Showa versus Oodako. And we'll see you guys next time for KWCE number 20. Till then, everyone.
Bye.
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 Bye.